Greetings, Boo Believers. Welcome to another episode of Deadsville Daily Booze Live with yours truly, Ronin James. Oh, I got my volume up on my phone as usual because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm rushing to get in here, rushing to get stuff set up. Even though Christmas is over, it never ends. My mom's home sick now. She got sick for Christmas, so I had to run errands today and make sure she was okay before I get to come in here and join you lovely freaks and fiends for this wonderful hour we spend together every day. So, let's see, checking in, TJ is with us. What's up, TJ? Hope you had a good Christmas, and the kids had a good Christmas, and the kittens, and the cats, and they're all doing well. Logan Sear, thanks for checking in as always, brother. And Kira Salami checking in. What's up, Kira? How you doing? Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday, December 27th. And yeah, we got some news, apparently. I mean, there's a couple different things we're going to look at today, but obviously, Killer Klowns were on one of the headlines that we had. So, I'm going to go to my page first, because I know we had some comments on my Facebook post, and maybe got a little insight there. Oh, Kira sending stars. Thank you so much, Kira. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much. We really appreciate, all of us at Deadsville, really appreciate all the support you guys give, especially when you do stuff like send stars our way. You know, love you all for that. It helps us produce content, show Facebook we're worth pushing it further into the algorithm. Oh, Kira just sent more stars. Thank you. Jesus. Thank you so much, Kira. You're too kind. All right, we are... Steph Infection joins us. There she is. Yes. Steph Infection. So, yeah. Let's start with our post today. When I made our post, we got some responses. I asked what... Well, the horror headline from iHorror is that there's a reviving a cult classic, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, set for miniseries makeover. So I can bring you guys picture in picture here. And this is being reported by Anthony Pernica, iHorror.com. And let's check our comments. Got to go to oldest so we see all of the comments. There we go. Reese Bowling, let's go. Totally Wicked, thank you for the tag, brother. John Mahoney says, I love this film. I'm dubious about a series, though. Sounds like another Hollywood reboot and lack of any original ideas, but I'm hoping it's good if they do it. And Helsing 13 comments on John's. He said, it's the Chiodo brothers doing it, so it's going to be a great follow-up. Michael McDonald comments, ooh, this'll have my attention. Logan sent stars. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the stars. Yes, Michael says, ooh, this will have my attention. Annalise Ogier says, whoa, what? Nate Lundy, love this franchise so much. We're even redoing a newer take on our classic Killer Klowns from Outer Space song. And that's Nate from Late Night Zero. If you're not familiar, go check out Late Night Zero. They already have one song out, but they're going to, they're even looking to redo it. Derek Reed, who posted a pic here from Edward Chiodo, one of the Chiodo brothers, the creators of Killer Klowns from Outer Space. So Edward's comment was, the desire and the concepts mentioned are real. Officially, there is nothing in development. The game is real and is coming out next year. We know it will be a huge hit with fans and gamers alike. With success, anything is possible. Watch the skies. So, I haven't read this article yet. Steph Infection sending stars. Thank you, Steph Infection. Oh my God, you guys are too cool. You guys are awesome. Kira, Logan, Steph, thank you so much. Wow. Yeah, Logan says, I'm hyped for this. But yeah, looking at that, Edward Chodo, apparently I haven't read the article yet. So we're all going to read the article together here and find out what's going on. But sounds like that there's nothing solid yet from what has been posted. And it looks like this was 11 hours from when Derek took the screenshot. Thanks for checking in, Derek. Thanks everybody for checking in on the posts too. That also helps the algorithm and helps Facebook push what what we're putting out here. So Logan says, I'm hyped for this. Jesse Zito, I'm in the mindset of I'll believe it when I see it. I'm down for some more Killer Klowns, but I've been hearing of sequels and reboots for years and nothing happens. So I'm down if it actually happens. Jared Marley, as long as real suits are used, not any CGI clowns. Yes, agreed. Brittany Fox, one of our stars senders. Thank you, Brittany. She comments, I love Killer Klowns from Outer Space and have been happy it was getting the admiration and love it has always deserved. However, I have seen so many classics get butchered that I'm extremely apprehensive about anything like this. Like Jared said, as long as it's not CGI. I love me some practical effects and really miss that aspect of movies these days because a lot is now CGI and it kills it for me. With all that said, I would love if this happened and was done well. I would 100% give it a chance. My son loves Killer Klowns too and has a collection of stuff going, so I know he'd be thrilled and is something new we could watch together. And agreed, I agree. It's got to be practical, and if it's the Chiodo brothers doing it, I guarantee it will be. They're not gonna, they're probably not gonna have the budget for the CGI to do a whole lot of CGI anyway. So yeah, it would have to be practical, and based on the Chiodo brothers' track record, yeah, practical effects I would expect. But that's what we all want. Hopefully that's what gets done. So I'm getting more stars. TJ sending another 100 stars. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. You guys are too awesome. All right, let me go and read from the comments now because you guys are in the chat talking about this. So TJ says, thanks everyone. Had a good Christmas. Steph, here I am. Okay. TJ says, I'm excited about Killer Klowns if it's done right and they don't fuck it up. Steph Infection, it said to activate a stars party. Are we in the stars party? Steph, 500 stars triggers the party. Oh wait, it says 2 mins. LOL. Collectively. Anthony Noble checking in from Canada. Thanks for tuning in, brother. TJ said another 100 stars. Oh no, I have to send 500. Oh my God. What the hell's going on? Activate a stars party. Send stars before time runs out. Wow, jeez. They want me to send stars to my own show? I mean, I could and activate a star. I don't even know what that means. What is a stars party? I don't even know. I will hold off on the stars party. Let's get to this article. Thank you guys, though, so much for the stars. Kira just sent another 145. It's building up. It's getting closer. I can see the little bar building up there at the bottom for the stars party. Oh my God. You guys are too awesome. Thank you. All right. Let's get to some horror headlines, shall we? And we will go right to this Killer Klowns article, because I know that's what everybody wants to read and hear about. So here we go. Reviving a cult classic, Killer Klowns from Outer Space set for miniseries makeover. Sounds pretty definitive there. So let's see what this says. This is Anthony Pernica on iHorror.com, and yeah, cool little graphic. In an exciting development for horror fans, the iconic 1988 horror comedy Killer Klowns from Outer Space is being eyed for a modern revival as a streaming miniseries. This news has sparked a wave of nostalgia and anticipation, promising a fresh take on the cult classic that has won the dark hearts of audiences for decades. Stephen Chiodo, the original film's director, has expressed his ambition to transform the zany world of the Klowns into an 8-part miniseries. His vision involves a new group of teenagers who cross paths with the extraterrestrial jesters. Oh my God, TJ, thank you. Thank you. TJ sending more stars. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. This vision involves a new group of teenagers who cross paths with the extraterrestrial jesters, leading to an epic adventure that includes a journey to the Clown Planet. Chiodo's passion for this project is evident. He shared with SFX magazine, "We've got a great concept that continues the story of our main characters. There's a big invasion and we end up on the Clown Planet. You haven't even seen the clown animals on the Clown Planet yet. There's a whole world of things that we have in mind." This quote highlights the creative enthusiasm and rich universe that the miniseries promises to explore. And here's the another old poster art. In the original film, despite facing initial distribution challenges, the original film, despite facing initial distribution challenges, has gained a robust fan following over the years, fueled by its unique blend of horror and comedy. The potential miniseries aims to capitalize on this legacy while introducing the quirky horror to a new generation. The idea of a full-fledged invasion and the exploration of the Clown Planet opens up numerous possibilities for both horror and humor, staying true to the essence of the original while offering something new and exciting. This proposed miniseries revival of Killer Klowns from Outer Space represents a thrilling blend of nostalgia and innovation. By expanding on the original's bizarre and beloved world, the project promises to deliver a unique experiences for both longtime fans and newcomers to the franchise. As developments unfold, the horror community will undoubtedly be watching with bated breath, ready to embrace the return of the Killer Klowns. And there you have it. Trailer for the Killer Klowns. What do you guys think? So it's nothing official, as Derek had posted. It doesn't sound like it. There's nothing official there, but this is something that's being floated, and there is a video game on the way, so that could really help if the video game sales are there. If people go out and buy the game, that's probably why this is becoming a story now, because they want to help boost video game sales, and the video game sales do well enough, then it'll show interest in doing a series. So yeah, if you're a gamer and you're a Killer Klowns from Outer Space fan, definitely check out the game when it comes out. I would suggest buying it. If you want to see another Killer Klowns movie, support the IP. Hopefully the game's pretty good. I'm sure it'll be a ton of fun. I haven't really seen or read too much on it, so I guess maybe we'll do a game review when that comes out. Maybe we'll do a story on it. Maybe I'll look into that for another story for this week. We have 2 more days left of the week, so maybe we'll see a little more Killer Klowns news that we can dig into. All right. Again, thank you guys all for the stars. And back to our chat here. Kira says, is it Kira or Kara? I hope it's Kira. I think I'm pronouncing it right. All these years we've been friends. I'm terrible with pronouncing names. If I've never pronounced it, and you haven't corrected me in person, and I pronounce your name wrong, feel free to comment or DM me and give me the phonetic pronunciation of your name if I'm on here saying your name improperly. Please don't let me keep saying it wrong. I'm not shy, and I don't embarrass easy, so tell me I'm doing it wrong. I have no problem correcting myself and having other people correct me, please. Okay. Kira says, I feel like a series has potential, but they'll fuck it up. I just know it. LOL. Steph Infection, usually that's what happens. Exactly, Steph, says Kira. And yeah, I mean, it depends on who. If they leave the Chiodo brothers in charge of the series, then perfect. But if they bring them in there, and here we talk about this stuff all the time on here. We just talked about a flaunted Hollywood script doctor who was like this super popular script doctor. Kara. Okay, Kara. My mom spelled it weird. Kara. Okay, care. Like care. Paul's friggin' Stanley checking in. What's up, Paul? This one's for you especially. All right, there you go. I usually give people the horns, Paul, but for you, you get 2 fingers, Paul, because I know you love them. Thanks for checking in. All right. But yeah, if the Chiodo brothers are left to their own devices to do this, and a studio just says, okay, this franchise is beloved enough, there's going to be people watching it, here's money, we don't need to Hollywood up your IP there, go ahead. And I'm sure that the Chiodo brothers are not stupid either. They see what the trends are right now in Hollywood, so I'm sure if they're smart, they're working certain little things in to appeal, so that whoever the production company is that agrees to foot the bill on this, they won't try and stick their fingers in the pie and be like, we need more of this, here, take this, hey, bring in that flaunted script writer, the Hollywood script writer woman, bring her in here and make her doctor this up a bit and make it more Hollywood. There's not enough pandering. Giselle Chung checking in again. What's up, Giselle? Thank you for checking in once again. I love that we have our returning audience. That's awesome. And always getting new people checking in. I love it. So feel free to share the live stream and, yeah, tell your friends. And they tell two friends and so on and so on. That was an old commercial. Yeah, I feel bad too. I've been pronouncing it Kira. Sorry, I'm checking in the chat now. We're finally getting Kara's name correct. So... And Solami, is that how you pronounce it? I don't want to say like salami, like the Italian meat, but Solami, Cara Solami. Just making sure I pronounce it properly. Giselle, hello. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I was just telling everybody, if I pronounce your name wrong, feel free to correct me. Either in the chat or if you want to DM me, however you want to do it, and send a phonetic spelling. So yeah, this Killer Klowns news, nothing concrete. We'll jump back here so you guys don't have to look at my ugly mug. We can look at Killer Klowns. It's much more entertaining. But yes, again, video game is on the way. They have an idea. It sounds like a fun idea. Seeing the clown world and animals and all this, the various things on the clown world, and obviously they were cocooning up these people to take them back to the clown world. So were they, what was the end goal there? Let's see more. I'm definitely interested to see more, and it would be cool to see like some of the returning actors now, obviously older, but kind of mentoring or passing the torch to a young cast, a younger cast, and get the kids in on this. I mean, shit, Juggalos alone would probably fill the streaming networks to watch this. They should probably do like a GoFundMe with the Juggalos. All right. Well, let's see what else we got today. We're going to do, before we get to the 10 best kills, that's Bloody Disgusting today. Bloody Disgusting carving up the 10 best kills in 2023's horror movies. Before we get to that, I just happened to see this story. And Midnight Suns, this is on JoeBlow.com. Horror news. Story by Cody Hammond. Midnight Suns coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And if you're not familiar with who the Midnight Suns are, they don't... Here we go. I was looking for a picture. There we go. Over the years, the Midnight Suns have consisted of various characters that would patrol the night. Johnny Blaze was one of the Ghost Rider, obviously. David Ketch, Ghost Rider, was one of them. Blade. Let's see, who else do we have here? This is Brother Voodoo. I'm sorry, Dr. Voodoo, I believe they changed it to. Brother Voodoo was offensive, maybe. Satana and... I'm not sure who all these are, but they could be. Moon Knight has been associated with them. Werewolf by Night has been associated with them. Morbius, the living vampire. They are the horror heroes of Marvel, of the Marvel Universe. So it's something that I've been looking forward to and hoping that they would do. And as they introduce more of these kind of horror characters like Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, and Blade coming back, it's cool. It just makes sense that they would do this. And the popularity, and these have actually been pretty good. Like the Moon Knight series was pretty good. Werewolf by Night special was really good. They seem to be doing pretty well with the horror stuff, where they're striking out with stuff like the Marvels and some of the other turds that Marvel has been churning out. So, excuse me as I get my coffee. Quick check-in. Ben Speck checking in. What's up, brother? Thanks for joining us. Brittany Fox. What's up, Britt? Thanks for joining us. And TJ says, Werewolf by Night was pretty good. Agreed, man. I loved it. It's one of my favorite comics, and I have a ton of them. So I was really looking forward to it, and when they released it, I was like, and I finally got to see it. Yeah, it lived up there. It delivered. It really delivered. I was a big fan of Moon Knight, too. I know they always could use more of the suit, but I thought that they did a really good job of telling a good story outside of the suit and having a good amount of superheroics, if you will. I really dug the mummy costume change to the story, to the cinematic Moon Knight, where they added more of like the bandaging instead of just his plain white kind of sheer outfit that he always wore, his spandex that he always wore in the classic comics, or even in more recent comics they had the black spandex with white armor over top of it, which I always dug too. But I really, really dug the mummy kind of wrap that they did with them. I really, really dug that. It was a really good twist, a really good update on the suit. I've got the action figure and everything. Fucking awesome. So yes, Steph Infection says, I just rewatched Werewolf by Night and it was even better the second time. So, all right, well, here we go. I'm going to read this story. This is about Midnight Suns coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And one of my favorite comic book story arcs is the Rise of the Midnight Suns, which saw Doctor Strange overseeing the formation of a team of supernatural heroes. Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, Morbius, the Night Stalkers, Blade, Hannibal King, and Frank Drake, and Darkhold characters Vicky Montessa, Louise Hastings, and Sam Buchanan, who were brought together to battle Lilith, the mother of all demons, and her evil offspring, the Lil-In. There have been different variations of the Midnight Suns over the years, with other team members like Damian Hellstrom, Jennifer Kale, Werewolf by Night, Man-Thing, The Hood, Dr. Voodoo, Elsa Bloodstone, Moon Knight, Iron Fist, Scarlet Spider, Kushala, Magic, Wolverine, and Nico Minoru coming and going. The latest version of the team was even called the Midnight Suns, using a U rather than Suns with an O. Now, Cosmic Circus has shared the rumor that a version of the Midnight Suns might be coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So this is all based on a rumor, folks. We don't know if this is true or not. Brittany Fox sent 500 stars. Oh my God, Brittany. Thank you so much, Brittany. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for the support. It means a ton. Thank you. Holy crap. Okay. Cosmic Circus recently posted an article looking at the various storylines Marvel is either working on or rumored to be working on. There's talk of the Kingpin storyline set up in Hawkeye and Echo carrying on into Daredevil Born Again and the next Spider-Man movie. Captain America Brave New World will supposedly lead to a huge event centering on the Hulk. Planet Hulk maybe? Ironheart and Armor Wars are meant to wrap up the Legacy of Tony Stark storyline. They're building a Young Avengers team. There's more to come from the story that began with WandaVision. The X-Men are being worked into the MCU. Some of these are obvious, and you can read more about them at the Cosmic Circus link. Then there's the Rise of Midnight Suns. The report says, one corner of the MCU that Marvel is keen on exploring for these next few phases is the supernatural corner of their universe. Projects like Moon Knight, Werewolf by Night, and WandaVision have already introduced some critical components for this corner of the MCU. Projects that will continue to explore this corner of the MCU include Blade, Ironheart, Marvel Zombies, Moon Knight Season 2, the continuation of Werewolf by Night, and other unannounced projects. This arc aims to unite the heroes of this supernatural corner against a significant threat to humanity, giving rise to the Midnight Suns. Some sources have mentioned that Lilith or Mephisto villains have been considered the big bad of this arc. One source has mentioned that the potential lineup for the Midnight Suns features the current Sorcerer Supreme Wong as one of the leaders of the team, alongside Mahershala Ali's Blade. Interesting. This is exciting news as far as I'm concerned, and me too, and they should have Werewolf by Night and Moon Knight on there as well, and Satana and Hellstrom, because they have a TV show for that too that's on Hulu and probably won't get another season, even though it was really good and I really dug it and it was dark and creepy. You should check it out on Hulu. Hellstrom it's called. This is exciting news as far as I'm concerned, especially since it was rumored a while back that Mia Goth might be playing Lilith in the Blade movie. Interesting. There's one very important character. But that project has been given a creative overhaul since then, so we'll have to wait and see if that idea sticks. There's one very important character I would want to see introduced to the MCU during this Midnight Suns arc, the number one hero of my childhood, Ghost Rider. Would you like to see a version of the Midnight Suns in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Share your thoughts in the comments. And yeah. So they had Ghost Rider and Johnny Blaze. So when this happened, Ghost Rider had moved on to Daniel Ketch, and was the Daniel Ketch Ghost Rider with more bigger spikes. He was more of like the vengeance character. And Johnny Blaze was just Johnny Blaze at that point, as you see there, without the man. Okay, I'm checking in real quick before... Brittany Fox says, can't stay around today, guys, but I wanted to send some love. I hope everyone had a stellar Christmas. Brittany, thank you so much for checking in. Thank you for the stars. We hope you had a great Christmas too. Thank you so much. And go do your thing. We appreciate you checking in. Steph says, Man-Thing is my favorite. Yes. Yes, Man-Thing was fun. He was a fun one. What was his name again? His name is, I'm drawing a blank. This happens whenever I'm on camera. Kara, I got it right this time. Kara says, I'm definitely on board with Mia Goth as Lilith. Yeah, I would like to see that. She's really good, and that would be a really cool spot for her in the MCU. I think that would be a good one. All right. I'm down with the Midnight Suns. I'm down with Blade, and yeah, bring Satana and Hellstrom in there. Mia Goth as Lilith. Should we let Jared Leto be in here? Jared Leto, should we put his Morbius in? It's Morbin time. Come on, it's fucking Morbin time. Give Jared Leto his due. All right, we're gonna move on to our last story of the day here. Yes, his name was Ted. That's it. Yes, his name is Ted. Thank you, Steph Infection. I was drawing a blank. All right, here we go. Without further ado, everybody loves a good list. So, Bloody Disgusting has a new one today, carving up the 10 best kills in 2023's horror movies. So, let's dig in, shall we? And that looks like it's from Saw X, which I didn't see. So, yeah, I'm not going to be familiar with that one. We'll see how this list stacks up. All right, so this is written by our friend Megan Navarro. All right, Megan. Hopefully this list is better than the other day's list when you had Scream 6 as the second best horror movie of the year. Oh, gonna give me an aneurysm. All right. Horror's the gift that keeps giving, especially when it comes to inventive carnage on screen. On that front, it's been a stellar year for memorable kills in horror thanks to a slew of franchise entries, original slashers, surprising takes on demonic possession, and more. What might be most surprising in the best possible way is how 2023 horror pushed boundaries when it came to on-screen deaths. 2023 horror wasn't afraid to get ruthless when it came to shattering the taboo of killing kids, nor was it afraid to deliver unforgettable moments on screen through unexpected demises that made us groan, cheer, recoil, and even laugh. We're saluting the 10 best kills in 2023 horror movies, which means massive spoilers ahead. All right, you're warned. Massive spoilers. So, yes, I might skip some of these, but I'm just going to get them spoiled. Here we go. You've been warned. Beau is Afraid has mid-coitus shock. I did not watch this one. Here we go. Sometimes it's not the goriest or most elaborate death that lingers, but the funniest. In Ari Aster's Strange Odyssey, Beau Wasserman finds himself looking to his past as he attempts to make his way home for his overbearing mother's funeral. His childhood crush Elaine prominently factors into his trip down memory lane, making him wistful for the great love that could have been. Beau finally gets his chance at love when he bumps into Elaine, played by Parker Posey, at his mother's house. I thought that was her in the picture. After briefly reconnecting, the pair have sex. Beau's fears that he'll die upon climax are revealed to be misplaced. It's Elaine who has a heart attack mid-coitus, giving Beau an entirely unexpected new complex to fear. Aster plays up the nightmare humor here, ensuring Beau's first time having sex is every bit as awkward and cringeworthy as possible, and then some. The shock of Elaine's unexpected death is played so macabrely funny that you'll never hear Mariah Carey's "Always Be My Baby the Same Again." Oh boy. Interesting. Steph infection. Oh my God, you like Megan better now for talking about killing kids. Yeah, if she puts the kid death on here, Megan Navarro will get my respect. So, yeah, there it is. The Last Voyage of the Demeter. But yes, I did not see Beau is Afraid, one of those slow, I'm not an Ari Aster kind of guy. Yeah. Midsommar I didn't watch, so I passed on that one too. Okay. Double the child death. Killing children in horror movies is a taboo that 2023 has no qualms about shattering. From Evil Dead Rise to When Evil Lurks. Who could have anticipated that a period-set horror movie that adapts a passage from Bram Stoker's Dracula would outdo them all? Director Andre Overdahl doles out gruesome, shockingly violent demises for the ill-fated crew trapped on the ship with the iconic vampire. That's never more apparent than with the harrowing demise of the captain's beloved grandson, Toby, who was also in Cobweb. Dracula first drains the child of blood while the crew looks for the villain above deck. But then Overdahl doubles down by killing Toby a second time via vampiric spontaneous combustion. It may not come even remotely close to the goriest or most inventive kill of the year, but the double emotional wallop of murdering a child not once but twice on screen, bold as hell. And that was the only thing that I thought was bold as hell about that movie. Aside from that, that was the best part of the movie. Like the fact that they did this. Here comes Ronin's rant. Yeah, the fact that they did this was great. But the problem with Andre Overdahl's and when she says here, I'll jump back in. Oh, he doles out gruesome, shockingly violent demises for the ill-fated crew. I mean, I guess they were shockingly violent. They were predictable. With the exception of the kid, you knew everyone that was coming. You knew where they were coming from. You knew every fucking death that was coming. And you knew exactly what was going to happen. You even knew the kid was going to, spontaneously combust. You saw it happen. He was still bold to do it. I still enjoyed him doing it. But, I saw it all coming. I thought that movie was terrible. It looked great, cinematically great, like awesome. The creature looked good. No qualms about that. Killing, death, all that. But it was another bland script. So, all right. Next up, The Wrath of Becky. And I haven't watched this one yet. Should I skip it? I do want to watch this one. Fuck it. Let's read it. Let's do it. Lulu Wilson tapped into a primal ferocity for her turn as the enraged teen taking down violent home intruders in 2020's Becky. Its follow-up, The Wrath of Becky, quickly established that the angry ultra-violent teen hasn't lost her edge in the slightest. Now, 3 years older, Becky has only honed her talents for murder. The blood flows free and Becky's rampage escalates, all in the name of her dog Diego. That's evident in her showdown against creepy henchman Twig, who finds himself at the sharp end of a crossbow when he's baited by the violent teen. It sparks a merciless battle between the pair, resulting in Becky releasing her pent-up fury with a machete. Between the sound design and the buckets of viscous blood, this comic book-style sequel ensures the kills and gore are as over-the-top as its anti-heroine. And, I have to watch that one. Becky was really good. It was really good. Kevin James as a bad guy was really good. That was a good one. All right, Steph muted for that one. Kara says she hasn't watched any of these yet. All right, next. When Evil Lurks. Is that the Shudder one? It's the Shudder one that I haven't watched yet because I turned it on while I was eating, and the opening scene just has this fucking blistery, pussed up face, and it was fucking nasty. So I was like, I can't watch this right now, and I turned it off because I was eating. I have to go back and watch it because I keep hearing really good things about this movie, but I'm going to spoil it for myself right now. I usually forget this stuff like an hour after I read it anyway. I forget the names of stuff. I forget everything. So here we go. When Evil Lurks, Mommy's Hungry. Truth be told, any number of kills featured in Damien Rugna's latest could qualify for a year-end contender. All bring an unrivaled level of visceral violence and shock value, including the sudden dog attack of a child. But that dog death is practically gentle and mostly off-screen compared to the grim reveal of what happens to young Santino. His possessed mother comes for him, jumping out of a window and dragging him into the night. Jaime, I'm going to assume, because this is a Spanish movie, Jaime drives after them only to discover the zombie-like woman has broken into Santino's skull and begun feasting on his brains like popcorn. It's as gory as it is disturbing. Yes. I had to watch that one. Not when I'm eating. I'll wait till after I've eaten or before I've eaten. Yeah, Kara, I can't, certain things, like blood, I can take blood when I'm eating, but pus and shit popping and not when I'm eating. Nope, I can't do it when I'm eating. But I'll check that out. All right, next up. Oh, that's great. This one made the list. I really like this movie. This was a really fun movie. We reviewed this when we did live, I think. Didn't we, Steph Infection? Kids vs. Aliens. I know I did a 1-minute movie review of it. I really like this. It was a low-budget movie from the same guy that did Shotgun, Hobo with a Shotgun. And And this was a lot of fun, man. This was a really good movie. I forgot that was this year. For some reason, I guess it came out the beginning of the year because it feels like it's older. But yeah, a lot of fun. Alien invasion movie, some creepy stuff. The aliens are really good for like a low budget movie. They do a really good job of making some like, they don't, because it's not CGI, but the aliens look pretty good. Kara hasn't seen any of these yet. Slacking terribly. Well, definitely check out Kids vs. Aliens, Kara. I think it's on Amazon or Hulu, one of them. All right. When Gary and Samantha's parents head out of town on Halloween weekend, a teen house party turns to terror when aliens attack, forcing the siblings to band together to survive the night in Jason Eisner's wild horror movie. Eventually, the protagonists, their friends, and their bullies find themselves aboard the alien spaceship submerged in the lake behind the house. Worse, Sam discovers what the aliens want when she sees bully Trish held captive over a slime pit as weird ooze melts her alive. Yeah, this was a nice touch. This was a good one. In Eisner's hands, this means one gnarly, painful dissolution of flesh for the teen. Trish's burbling screams as the orange slime melts her down, combined with the entrails spilling out, sticks with you in the best and grossest way. And to think it's all for ship fuel. Yep, they fuel their spaceship with people. Soylent Green for spaceships. So, all right. Yeah, Kids vs. Aliens is a fun one. Definitely check it out. Melted for Fuel. Fun death. All right. Malum I have not watched yet, and I've meant to. It's popped up in my in the suggestions a couple times, and I have not watched it. But I did watch the original, like it's his movie Late Shift, just redone. Or Last Shift. Anthony de Blassi's update of his own Last Shift comes with a bigger budget that the director utilizes to its fullest with practical effects. In other words, Malum brings the gore when it comes to the film's death and violence. The pinnacle of this comes in the form of one grotesque hanging. Rookie cop Jessica finds herself doused in buckets of blood when she attempts to thwart the supernatural hanging of cult victim Anna. An unseen force wraps a noose around Anna's neck and snaps her fingers in deeply unnatural ways as she attempts to claw for air. De Blassie lingers longer, the camera watching as Anna's eyes protrude from the squeezing pressure until eventually her head pops. Jessica's blood-splattered shock emulates our own. There's a picture of the Jessica character. And yes, I remember watching Last Shift. And it's a few years old. It was really low budget, but it was really creepy. And it had like if you remember you'll see it coming up in your streaming sites. It has like the girl demon with like a upside down star on her like carved into her face. Very creepy. So Malum is it's like the updated with a bigger budget version of that. So yeah, I definitely. Kara says Malum is also still in my watch list. Yeah, same here. I'm going to go back and watch this one. Especially now that Christmas is over. I don't have to watch Christmas movies anymore. Oh, yes. Another movie we reviewed on Deadsville Horror Talk. Dark Harvest. And this was a fun one. This was the one with the Misfits Fiend masks. And the kids have to, every Halloween, they have to stop, what's his name? Fucking something Jack. Sawtooth Jack. They have to stop him from getting to the town center, the church, before midnight. Every year. It's like a rite of passage for the teens. And it was a fun movie. Really well written, kind of saw where the twist was going, kind of had a feeling it was coming there, but you could see Sawtooth Jack, super creepy, really good creature. Reminds me kind of like the old Pumpkinhead. Obviously, he's in the pumpkin patch, so makes sense that he would have like the big pumpkin head, and there's like a backstory to why he has a big pumpkin head as well. But let's read this one. Check out Dark Harvest if you haven't. There's multiple nods to the Misfits in the movie, and they play. Then they play a song at the end, Steph Infection. I don't know if they played the songs, but there's like they quote. There's like quotes, come along to a violent war with me, puts the mask on, and then there's they talk about Jim Rutherford, who plays in a band in New Jersey that has a album coming out called Teenagers from Mars. Yeah, it was a fun little movie with some Misfits Easter eggs and a really good creature. And there are some brutal deaths in here. Like it was really good. Took a little bit to get going. Twist you'll kind of see coming, maybe. I did, but yeah, definitely worth a watch. Check out Dark Harvest. And here we go. Director David Slade. Oh, he did 30 Days a Night, which is a fucking awesome. Oh, man. 30 Days a Night was awesome. Fucking, I had no idea it was the same director. It's a vampire movie set in Alaska. Is it Alaska? It's Alaska, where there's 30 days of where the sun doesn't shine for 30 days once a year. It has this the whole month where you have no sunlight. So just imagine, yeah, if you haven't seen it, Kara says love 30 Days of Night. Yeah, it is Alaska. Yes, thanks, Kara. It is Alaska. Yeah, imagine being your town is powerless. It's this secluded little town, and these vampires are just every night going out and stalking and feeding and just like rationing too, which is creepy. 30 Days a Night was great. That makes a lot more sense to me now. Screenwriter Mike Gillio, who did Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, offset this bare-bones story, an adaptation of Norman Partridge's 2006 novel with style and horror. An annual Halloween hunt sees teen boys let loose upon the town so they may kill Sawtooth Jack before midnight. And the pumpkin boy won't go down without a fight. It results in a gauntlet of gruesome deaths, the most stunning of which revolves around Bud. Fleeing the cornfield after witnessing the grisly beheadings and deaths of his pals, Bud attempts to make his way into a bunker where other kids are hiding, only for Sawtooth Jack to catch up and rip his head in half. Sawtooth Jack then makes his way into the bunker where a geyser of blood erupts in spectacular fashion. And yes, that was fucking awesome. He rips his head in half like this, whoosh, and tears like the top half of his head off. That was a fucking, it was a great kill. And he's like begging these kids to let him in, and they finally, they're like, no, you can't let him in, and then fuck him. And they're like, oh, come on, you can't leave him out there. And they stupidly decide to open the doors, and just as they open the doors, Sawtooth Jack is tearing his head in half, and now the doors are open, and Sawtooth Jack, you see him just kind of skulk down into the fucking bunker, and then just it was a great scene. Steph Infection checking in, love 30 Days of Night with my boy Josh Hartnett. Yes, Josh Hartnett was in 30 Days of Night, one of the ones killing with my boy. Yes, I kind of picked that up, Steph Infection. All right, next up, Kara says Josh was great in that. Yes. Next up, this was one of my favorite movies of the year. Shit. I guess this would have, I got to put this on my, we did review this, Steph Infection, so this has to make my top 10. This is going to push somebody else. I did my top 10. The other is probably going to push Cobweb out. Yep. Yeah, Cocaine Bear is going to push Cobweb out of my top 10, I think. I forgot all about it. I thought, again. All right, let's see. And this was my favorite scene. Ambulance road rash. This whole scene in Cocaine Bear with the ambulance was fucking amazing. And we were cool. Me, Maddie, and another friend of ours went to see the paramedic, he's actually a comedian. So we went to see him, and he was super nice. He didn't do a lot about Cocaine Bear. I was surprised. I thought he would have done a little more about Cocaine Bear. But all right, let's get to this one. This is one of my best. It's one of the best scenes in the movie. Definitely one of the best gruesome kills of the year. And the Cocaine Bear is hilarious. You see him here jumping into the back of the ambulance. Scott Seiss is the comedian who we saw, if you remember. He's the one that's getting crushed by the bear under the chair with him drooling and runs out, drive. Yeah, all right. Director Elizabeth Banks leans into every bit of the excess you'd hope for with a comedy horror movie about a rampaging bear dosed up on cocaine. That means the titular Cocaine Bear's carnage gets surprisingly violent in the most delightful way. The showstopper kill, of course, comes via a sequence that sees a battered and bleeding Ranger Liz rescued by paramedics and loaded into the ambulance mid-bear attack. With the bear in pursuit, Liz attempts to shoot the bear from the back of the ambulance, but hell hath no fury like a coked-up bear. While the poor paramedics receive violent ends, it's the prolonged series of injury Liz sustains, followed by her face getting dragged against the concrete as she's thrown from the back of the vehicle, that leaves us cringing and recoiling in horror. And yes, man, that was fucking brutal. That was brutal. Oh, man. Kara says, I really love Cocaine Bear. That was a definite fave of mine. Maddie Meek checking in. Hi, Maddie. Thanks for tuning in. And Kara also says, oof, yeah, I felt it when she got dragged. Yeah, when she got dragged, it was just the face, and you see like chunks, and Maddie says, Cocaine Bear kicked ass. Scott Seiss had such an epic death. Yes. Yes, he did. Yes, Maddie was with us. He was also very, very funny in doing his stand-up live. So if you get a chance to see Scott Seiss live, definitely go check him out and follow him. He's on social media. He does the he's the Angry Retail Guy. You've probably seen his little reels and shorts with him doing the IKEA bits. He's really good, and he was really great live. Maddie checks in, says he's hilarious. Yes. So yeah, that was a great kill scene. There were some other really good ones in there, but Cocaine Bear was awesome. And yeah, that's going to make one of my top 10 for sure. Yeah, Maddie says he was super sweet too when we talked to him. Yeah, it was really cool because after his stand-up, when the show was over, he like announced, hey, they announced Scott will be out front. For pictures, you can go on your way out, get in line, take a picture, meet him. Yeah, and it was super cool. Nice taking pictures with everybody, talking with everybody for a couple minutes. Nice guy. There's pictures of us on my Facebook page. I'm sure if you dig back far enough, you will see them. All right, we're going to move on. Next up, Thanksgiving, carve that turkey. And, all right. I might have gone with a different one from Thanksgiving. Maybe they'll have more than one on here. We shall see. Director. Yes, Steph Infection. We got to do our top 10 rundown for the new year. Yes, we are going to do that. I've already did mine live, but we will do it. All right, here we go. Director Eli Roth ensures every kill leaves a nasty mark in his holiday slasher, presenting a few worthy nominees to consider. But it's difficult to top the Thanksgiving centerpiece, the turkey. The town's annual holiday parade, complete with brutal carnage, heralds the film's climax, which sees John Carver prepare an unconscious Kathleen as the main course of his murder frenzy. Kathleen manages to sneak away, prompting a thrilling stalk and chase slasher sequence. When Kathleen is finally caught, she's cooked alive in the oven. The entire staging of Kathleen's extended death would earn a spot on this list, but then Roth takes it a step further. John Carver slices up her corpse on his dinner table to feed to his guests. And yep, not only to his guests, he cuts it off and puts the first piece on her husband's plate. And he And yep, that was a pretty nasty one. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. I had another one in mind, but I see Kara hasn't seen it. Kara says, didn't see Thanksgiving yet. As a side note, I've watched Cocaine Bear like 10 times, so I blame the bear for my slacking. Steph Infection says, this was the most brutal because it was the longest death. And if you put yourself in their shoes, it was the worst. Yet I really thought she was getting out, LOL. Nah, you knew she was dying. She was a bad person. She was a baddie. She was the one, like, the reason that they had the whole, they were open in the first place on Thanksgiving, which is what triggers the whole thing. So you knew she was getting it. But yeah, it was a long extended scene. It was definitely uncomfortable. And, yeah, it was pretty gross. But there were other scenes in there. There's one other scene at the Thanksgiving table in particular where I was just like, blah, that's fucking brutal. It happens quick though. It's not as drawn out, but it was brutal. Stephen Fisher says, yes, she was a baddie. Yes. Yeah, if you haven't seen Thanksgiving yet, it was number 3 on my top 10 horror list of 2023. Only being beat out by Onyx the Fortuitous and Godzilla -1. So those are my top 3 in case you didn't catch my show a few days ago. All right, moving on to our next kill. Stephen Fegg says, I know which kill you like. It gave me the ick. Yep. All right, Saw X Brain Self-Surgery. And I have not seen Saw X. I haven't watched the Saw movie since 2 maybe, or 3. So let's see what this says. Cecilia Peterson picked the wrong person to scam in this milestone sequel. When John Kramer realizes he's been duped in Cecilia's experimental medical con, he enlists Amanda to plot an elaborate retribution that sees Cecilia and her cohorts forced to play Jigsaw's deadly games. It unleashes some of the gnarliest sequences of the franchise yet, including one gruesome act of self-amputation. Yet all of it pales in comparison to the trap set for Mateo, who must drill into his own skull, extract brain tissue, and dissolve it to obtain the key to his freedom. The clock, of course, is ticking. Director Kevin Grudert ensures this already grisly trap becomes even more so through tactile details and wince-inducing sound design. Mateo's self-surgery without anesthesia would warrant sympathy pain on its own, but the palpable rust and grime of the warehouse setting and its rudimentary trap devices put it over the top, much to a horror fan's twisted delight. So, there you go. If you're a Saw fan, let us know. Kara says, didn't see Saw X. Those movies are getting like Fast and Furious. I just can't. LOL. Yes, I agree. I agree. All right. Project Wolf Hunting. And this is one that I've recently heard about, but haven't seen. This is one that's on Screambox, I believe. We need to get Screambox in here in the studio. Let's get down. I'm getting notices, and this is the last one. All right, this is the last one. Project Wolf Hunting, The Whole Bloody Affair. It may seem like a cop-out to simply attribute all of the deaths featured in Project Wolf Hunting as the best of the year, unless you've seen the glorious carnage that is Project Wolf Hunting. All hell breaks out on an ocean transport from the Philippines to South Korea when a group of dangerous criminals unite to stage a coordinated escape attempt. As the jailbreak escalates into an ultra-violent riot, the fugitives and their allies from the outside extract a brutal siege against the special ops team on board. It results in an almost non-stop bloodbath with arterial spray like you wouldn't believe. We're talking a kill count of at least 80 bodies, each one spilling gallons of the red stuff. It's the goriest actioner of the year, and director Kim Hong-sun ensures that every single death results in Excess of entrails and blood flow. Very good. All right, well, it's not a horror, but it's pretty brutal, I guess. Project Wolf Hunting. Well, there you have it. That was Bloody Disgusting's top 10 kills of the year. Were they missing anything? Did they, do you agree? Disagree? What did you think? Have you seen these movies? I've seen maybe half of them. So I guess I got some watching to do. Got some catching up to do. Oh, man. All right. Let's back to our chat here. Anybody checking in? Yeah. Steph Infection agreeing with Kara. Hasn't watched Saw X and thinking that the Saw movies are getting like Fast and Furious. So, Kara says, I saw Saw 1. Yeah. I saw 1. I think I might have watched 2. But then I kind of realized, yeah, this really isn't for me. After watching Saw, then Hostile, then Saw 2, I was kind of like, not really my bag, baby. So I bailed on the Saw franchise. All right, I guess that's going to do it for today. Boo Believers, thank you all once again for tuning in. And thank you all for the stars. Thank you for the continued support. And yeah, we will be back again tomorrow with more horror headlines. So, yeah, everybody that sent stars today, thank you again so much. And everybody that jumped into the conversation or anybody that just checked in to see and, listen and see what we were talking about. Hopefully we get a Killer Klowns from Outer Space series. Looking forward to the video game. And, yeah, I got to go edit our Godzilla review, a Godzilla -1 review now for Deadsville Horror Talk this week. So, with that being said, I will see y'all tomorrow right back here. Same bat time, same bat channel. Stay spooky, Boo Believers.